Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. They're back in the title race. No, they're not. Not yet. Not yet. Still, Liverpool have to lose or draw tomorrow for them to be completely back. However, they're back to their best, though. Arsenal are back to their best. Sensational half. An absolutely sensational half in the second half as well. Like, it's not like easy to completely dominate and control from behind and everyone starting. However, and hear me out here. Everyone that is calling Bukayo Saka this, Bukayo Saka that, he doesn't rise, he doesn't shit, he doesn't do this. Set pieces, you find the guy. Movement, you find the guy. Generosity, he gave the penalty Martin Odegaard. He literally scored his own penalty, won the penalty. Dribble, he takes on his man. We have been saying this for a while. Yes, you can talk about him not winning trophies and all of this and all of that, but it's not his problem that Arsenal are rebuilding and Arsenal are building a team, and Arsenal did not go for the kill in terms of like getting the ready-made players next to him. But today, he responded to everyone. 10 assists already in the Premier League, 5 goals, 15 GA, 1 behind Mohamed Salah, if I'm not mistaken. Won a penalty already. I'm not sure if he gets an assist for that or not. I actually don't know the rules.
On FPL you do, but not in actual stuff.
In official, in the Premier League, you don't. But reality is that penalty was all his work. It's not like nobody else's work. He literally dribbled a couple of guys and dribbled the third to win the penalty and could have had 2 goals and 2 assists, but he chose to give it, or it's manager's instructions or whatever. I'm sure it's between the players. But also at the same time, you cannot say Arsenal defended bad, because I've seen it everywhere. They conceded 2 goals. Yes, the first goal was a little bit sloppiness from Trossard on that left side. However, you cannot fucking fault him for conceding a free kick that was never a free kick in a million years, and for a world-class free kick from Emerson, and nobody's fault. So literally the game could have been 5. So Arsenal were fantastic and amazing. Is this the sign that they're going to go on a run, that they go back to the last season? Yes. The penalties were penalties. A lot of people are complaining. You cannot fucking punch somebody in the face and say, oh, he's going for it. When you go for a tackle, by the way, and you miss the tackle, you were going for the ball. If you clear the player, it's a penalty as well. But let's think about it this way, because everyone is complaining. Oh my God, he went for the ball. Yes, like every other player that goes for the ball and fucking completely misses it. The goalkeeper completely punched Gabriel. Maybe the first goal was a little bit of dark arts with Timba on Paqueta. However, after looking at every single corner kick, if this was called back, we would call back every single corner because there is a pulling and pushing and tugging in every single corner. Arsenal corner kick are master classes. They're penalties at this point. Warning signs into Liverpool. You let me know. But listen, I spoke for a while now. Fucking is like what? Like I spoke for like 3 minutes. I think that's a lot. But listen, I'm here with Gunnar Sulz. Dayo's gonna be joining us. Daud is here as well. Dawood's channel is in the description. Dayo's channel is in the description. Gunnar Sulz, you can find him on the Football Terrace and on Igal, of course, channel probably daily or every other day or after the games. But okay, I'm gonna start with this. Sulz, you literally said that Liverpool fans are not gonna be happy. Why? Why? What does Liverpool have to do with this shit?
Yeah, because they're not happy that, you know, we're going to overtake them. We're going to win the league. And this is the first signs. I'm telling you, man, the hunted have become the hunters. And maybe this is the mentality we need. Maybe we need to be behind to actually, you know, produce something. Maybe the pressure of being in the lead isn't for Arsenal. And maybe we need to become the hunters. And yes, 9 points or 6 points, or however you want to look at it. Obviously, they've got a game in hand technically tomorrow. For me, I'm comfortable. I actually believe this is the year we get it over the line. This is the year that, you know, Arsenal go on to winning the Premier League, because in reality, yes, the pressure's on us to win because of the rebuild, and we've not done it in 2 seasons. But for me, the deficit actually isn't even that much. I know for a lot of people, 9 points is a big swing. But like I've said before, and I'll keep saying it, I am not hoping they get injuries, but they haven't been tested. They haven't had that adversity just yet. And let's see if they do, because last season they were also 8 points ahead at a similar point in the season. Going into January, they were leading the Premier League. Granted, 2 different managers, 2 different styles of play. They're playing a lot more reserved at the moment, and that leads to less injuries because the energy isn't being expelled as much. But that's still there. The core of that squad is still the same. So, you know, we've seen it now. Konate's injured, Diego Jota's injured, Trent is injured, you know, Alisson's injured as well. So let's see how they go through that sort of December patch where their squad is really going to be tested, where the likes of Endo need to come in, the likes of, you know, Harvey Elliott, the Curtis Jones, you know, will Salah be able to play the entirety of the season to make it through? Let's see. I mean, look, it's a lot of ifs and buts. I understand that. But in football, a lot of these things can also happen. So let's just wait. I am going to wait and see. But in my humble opinion, we overtake them, and I don't see them as a threat.
Sorry, hold on. You don't see Liverpool as a threat?
No.
You're completely waffling, but fine. That's a waffle. How are you not seeing Liverpool as a threat?
I'm being real. Like, that's just my opinion.
That's not. No, but that doesn't make any sense. No, but that doesn't make any sense.
I've given them their credit. Look, they've been scintillating, and they have looked like one of the most dangerous teams in Europe. But so have Arsenal. They're in this rebuild phase.
No, but that's not logical, though.
All right. In my head, it isn't it?
How is it illogical?
It's my view on how I see Liverpool. I don't see them as a threat this season. I do think long term, yes, they will be, because Arne Slot, especially with the way that he's trying to get them to play, it is going to be sustainable long term. But for me right now, I just don't think they've got the depth of squad or the strength in squad that if a few more things happen, they won't be a threat. They'll fall off and they'll have a humbling fall off.
What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? A few things happen because Konate got at least wait until they lose tomorrow or something.
Look, Salah could get injured. He's of a later.
And Odegaard can get injured as well.
100%. I agree.
Okay, so why are you assuming that Liverpool downfall will be because Salah will get injured?
That's my opinion. I just feel like.
But how are you basing your "we are back" and we're gonna overtake them based on an injury? Doesn't make any sense.
When those games start coming thick and fast, where they can't rotate, because they still have the majority of those big stadiums to go to. We've done a lot of them. We've done like 3, 4, 5 of the away stadiums that we tend to struggle in. They haven't done that yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, where their sort of knockoffs are going to happen, they're yet to play them. Like Man City tomorrow, yes, granted, their record at Anfield isn't great, but it's still a big game that anything can happen. You know, this is probably the perfect time to play them, and they will go on to probably beating them as well. But for me, they're going to have big tests, and they haven't had them yet. Not the big ones. Yes, they've had a few tests, but not the big ones, in my opinion. They need to go into these away stadiums, and that's what I'll see. Granted,
what are the away stadiums? I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
Still got to go to Etihad.
They went to your ground and got a draw.
Yeah, they got lucky with that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Even that, they took Kiwior and Miles Lewis Skelly to come on for them to even get a draw. And even then, they didn't look convincing. Even then, they look shit. Even with that back line of children and a rotated back line, they still just about got a draw. They should have smacked us at that point. They shouldn't have even, the draw should have been. I was like, they win this now. If this Liverpool team is as great as they say, they should win this at this point. But they couldn't do it, even with a kid at left back. So yeah, I'm not hearing it.
Wow. To say that we're favourites is absolutely unreal. I think
No, I'm saying they're going to have a bottle. They're going to bottle it.
But I haven't seen yet in our team, I haven't seen that much of a sample size of us going on an actual run yet. I think the teams that we have come against and we have struggled against are teams like Chelsea, teams that Newcastle away, and we still have to go to teams like Brighton away. We still have to go to Anfield. We still have to face Tottenham Hotspur. There's a lot of big teams that we still have to face where we usually struggle against. So I think going on a run now, I'm going to have to see us win 7 or 8 games in a row until I say, okay, we might be favourites. Winning two Premier League games in a row.
This squad has done it before.
But look at Liverpool. Liverpool faced against a Real Madrid team. I know people are saying that they look depleted. They don't look like the best, but they still won comfortably 2-0. And they're top of the table in the Champions League. I know. I don't know.
Guys,
11 we beat.
Before we go, guys, mods, please hit that like button. We have about 900 people here. Big up everybody that joined us on the Football Terrace. Hit that like button, people. We're going to have Mohamed Salah joining us. And hopefully a couple of Liverpool fans joining us as well. Let's get to 300 likes live. We got 900 people here, so hit that like button, people, because this is very interesting conversation. It is. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't think you remember, Mo. But I said previously, I'm not gonna celebrate any wins yet. I'm not gonna get my hopes up anytime soon. What I'm doing now, from now till probably end of January, is just sitting there and expecting my team to win. That's all. You can't get overexcited. You can't celebrate these wins because this West Ham team is absolutely atrocious. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I know the one against Newcastle.
Yeah, but you were amazing, bro. Arsenal were
every Tom, Dick, and Harry is beating this West Ham team. They look so pathetic.
Newcastle.
The fourth goal that Havertz scored when they're playing a high line, I don't understand. We got 2 penalties, but these kind of games you brush away. You don't overanalyze these games and think, okay, we beat West Ham 5-2 and we're gonna win the title now. I think these kind of games that you have to win. You can win with your second team against this West Ham team. Nottingham Forest at home, expected win. Man United at home, that's gonna be a real challenge because we still don't know the Almiron team yet. We don't know how they're gonna play. We haven't played against a back three yet properly this season, except for that Sporting Lisbon game. But for me, I'm not getting overexcited. I think we're gonna need to have more respect. We're gonna one thing. The only positive.
No. Forget going to the players. Okay. Hold on. Forget going to the players. Daud. I actually think Sporting 5, West Ham 5, Nottingham Forest 3, and not only 3 or 4 or 5 goals by accident, by design, complete domination in the 3 games, sensational brand of football. I think if this was my team, I'd be so excited about looking at this Arsenal team. And I'm like, yeah, we might be playing the same football as last season. Who can stop us now? Don't get overexcited. I disagree with Sulz about overexcited Liverpool will fall off and all the stuff. But in terms of Arsenal themselves, I don't think that you can sit here and say, yeah, I'm not gonna get excited. I'm not gonna say you're gonna win the league. You're still freaking at this kind of moment 6 points with Liverpool playing Man City at home tomorrow. You can still be 9 points behind.
It will be
that I disagree with Sulz. But for you to not be like, I'm not excited. I don't see any game you dropping point away apart from Fulham, who have been not great lately.
But the thing is, I've been excited. I've been excited beating teams like West Ham for the past 3 seasons. These kind of wins. Was happy. I was happy. I enjoyed it. I called that first season when we challenged for the title Vibes FC, but because we were just vibing and we weren't expect to win the title, but we went for it. We're new Arsenal now. If we want to be serious in the Champions League, be serious in the Premier League, these kind of games, you just go there, win, and then you don't overanalyze it because if you do, then you get too excited, and then the excitement goes too high, and then when you lose the next week, it's like the negativity is on the same level as the excitement. There's no middle ground anymore. Either Arsenal going to win the league, or Arsenal can't even make top 4. Arsenal out of the title race in November. There's no middle ground anymore. And I think now with these, the Arsenal fans are so divided now compared to so many previous seasons where certain Arsenal fans have been writing this Arsenal team off. They've said the title's over. We can't win it anymore. Liverpool have run away with it.
That's been the narrative every season. They do that every year.
No, it hasn't been like that because we have not been 9 points behind the top of the table, the team that has been first for more than 3 seasons. I think this is the first time we've been 9 points
even
behind.
In those situations, there's been Arsenal fans who have said we're not going to go on to win it.
Not going to, no, but they haven't 100% written it off. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans this season that have 100% written it off, saying that it's no chance we're going to win the title. There's no way Liverpool are going to bottle 9 points against us. And for me, when we get to 4 points behind Liverpool, then I'll think of, okay, we might win it. 9 points, because Liverpool are going to smash City tomorrow. We all know that. There's absolutely no chance City are going to go to Anfield tomorrow and get a win against this Liverpool team. Because I watched the Liverpool team and they look dynamic. They look electric. They look so good defensively. Even with Konate out for the next 4 to 5 weeks, Joe Gomez is going to come back in defense and they'll still look the same. Even Kwanzaa, I rate highly. He'll come in defense and he'll look, they won't look out of place. And for me, this Liverpool team, I'm getting worried because when people say they haven't faced anyone that's tough, like, what are they talking about? Okay, because they've gone to so many tough grounds and they've looked so comfortable. And they haven't, like today, if Liverpool were 4-0 up, yeah, they would not have conceded them 2 goals. I know it
No. What are you doing? What is this? How? The second goal is a world-class free kick that was supposed even to be a fucking free kick. What are you talking about?
Where did we concede the free kick?
Yeah, but we didn't concede to Nottingham Forest. So
Rice literally got the ball.
Yeah.
No,
like,
what I'm saying
Anthony
is,
Taylor, for some freaking reason, Anthony Taylor wanted to balance the game for whatever reason. Bro, this is definitely not a free kick that would look. Guys.
I never said no. I'm saying that I was getting, when they brought it back to 4-2, I'm thinking of 2 seasons ago we were 2-0 up against West Ham and we drew 2-2. I'm thinking of those kind of games.
Can I ask you something for real? Did you have any doubt that you would win this game at 4-2?
In that, as soon as they scored that free kick.
4-2, yes. Did you have any doubt? Did you have any doubt?
Yes.
People in the chat, Arsenal fans in the chat, did you guys started to have doubt at 4-2? I want honest answers, please, and I don't want rivals. This is ridiculous.
People in the comments saying Liverpool conceded 2 goals against Southampton. I know they conceded 2 goals against Southampton, but they weren't 4-0 up. They weren't 3-0 up. There's a difference. When you're 4-0 up, 3-0 up, you don't give a sniff to the opposition team. Okay, that Southampton game was 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. It was a different style of football. It's a different kind of game. So that's completely different. Okay, and I was getting worried. I didn't say they're going to come back and win, but I was getting worried when we got to 4-2. And if they scored a third goal without us winning that penalty from Fabianski punching Gabriel in the face, without that, if it got to 4-3, then that's when it would have been, sticky times. It would have been, Arsenal fans would have got worried, and these players, it would have been very, very tricky. But
what is this? What can you explain? What is Mohamed vibes? So I cannot analyze Arsenal winning 5-2, and it could have been 6. Okay, so I should be coming here on Footy Judgment because I doubted Arsenal and have the energy of no, they weren't good. Actually, they are not good. And why I can't just say that Arsenal and Arteta completely today at 2-0, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it, at 2-0, Arteta, instead of folding back and does what he did before, still went for it. Dominated position. On Arsenal at 1-0, you had 75% position even after the 1-0 between the first goal and second goal.
Yeah, I think it was up until 4 goals up. They didn't have a shot on target until they scored.
No, but if it wasn't for teams like Ipswich and Southampton and Leicester, West Ham would 100% be getting relegated. They're that bad. West
Yeah,
Ham,
okay, which is
fortunate.
fine. Okay, nobody's arguing this, right? Nobody's arguing what you're saying. No one is arguing that West
But okay,
Ham are
but then
dog
on the
shit.
flip side, can I not say the way that we dismantle Nottingham Forest with the form they're in, is that not impressive?
Well, no,
Because
but
people said wrote us off as well. People said it's going to be a tight game. No, this could be where Arsenal also lose this kind of game. And a lot of rivals were looking at it as like a 2-1 or a Nottingham Forest win as well.
No, but that rivals Arsenal fans. Look,
Even Arsenal fans as
come
well.
on.
If you want to go
9
there.
times out of 10, we're beating the
But-
Nottingham Forest team. 9
But-
times. out of
Habibi,
10.
yeah, Habibi, it is not about that. It's about Arteta changing the way. At 1-0, Arteta in the beginning of the season would fall back and defend it. You had 75% position between 1-0 and 2-0. It's about 15 minutes. 15 minutes or less. Yes, from minute 10 to minute 27. So that is like 17 minutes. You had 75%. That means Arteta is saying, we're not defending deep. We're having the ball. We're dominating the opposition even when we're up. That didn't happen. That is a change of tactic. That is a change of approach to games. Arteta in the beginning of the season would have been saying, yeah, let's defend deep. But he didn't.
I think now it's not. I don't think it's Arteta. I think it's Mine Odegaard. Yeah, I don't think you can compliment Arteta as much because he is the reason
discredit
why.
Mikel Arteta. Yes, let's.
No,
do it.
but there's a reason why we've scored 3 goals against
Fuck
Nottingham
Mikel
Forest.
Arteta. It's not good. Mikel Arteta.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that it's not. Is it a coincidence that Mine Odegaard's back now and we've scored 3 goals against Nottingham Forest, 5 goals, 6 goals against Sporting Lisbon, and 5 goals today. Now that Mine Odegaard's back.
But apply a bit of
Not
context and
coincidence.
logic to what you're saying as well, though. Martin Odegaard offers the team so much more to allow that handbrake to be released.
No, but Mo's trying to say this is Arteta's idea. This is because of
But
Arteta. We scored 5 goals
are
against
you
West
going to
Ham.
get the same level of performance with Havertz in the midfield? When your hands are forced, you have to do what you have to do. It's not like,
don't
yes, Martin
understand this.
Odegaard coming in allows Arteta to do this, but Arteta's always got it in his locker to do this. It's
No,
just that
but
when you don't have that profile of player.
Before the game, did you see the stats before the game started? We were, I think it was 20th when it comes to shots on target away from home this season. We were like 18th when it comes to expected goals. We were basically bottom 3 with every single stat when it comes to attacking wise away from home before this game, yeah. And Mine Odegaard hasn't been playing this season, basically. So now he's come back. We've scored all these goals. I'm not complimenting Arteta. This is Martin Odegaard. That's the reason why we're scoring these amount of goals. Okay?
So should we just sack Arteta then and just let Martin Odegaard carry on, doing what he's doing?
Say that again.
Let's not be stupid, man. Like, the managers set the team out to do what they're doing, to allow Odegaard to do what he's doing. You're not just going to go and sack Arteta and still have the same level of performance.
Who said sack Arteta? No one said that.
No. What I'm saying is, hypothetically, if you, by your logic, if Odegaard coming in and that's all that's changed.
No, I'm saying
then what's the manager
in the
doing then?
attacking third, Arteta defensively, he's changed us 100,000,000%. Controlling the games has changed us. But when it comes to the final third, he hasn't improved us in the final third. You're making it sound like we're one of the best teams
when it
comes
about
to the
here?
final third.
So all it is, management doesn't exist in the attacking third.
I didn't say that. I'm saying he hasn't improved.
I'm not following Daud. Can you?
No, what I'm saying is Mikel Arteta has done a tremendous job when it comes to defensively, set pieces, controlling games, sniffing teams out when it comes to them conceding goals, scoring goals against us. But in the final third, we still look the same every season when it comes to when teams play a low block and when he doesn't have Martin Odegaard available, he doesn't have a plan B. We've seen it this season. We don't have a plan B. And you can do all of that, but watch the games that we played this season. When Martin Odegaard's been injured, have you seen any creativity in the team?
You don't have so Pep's a bum because he doesn't have one of arguably the best players in the world right now, and he's struggling. So he's a bum too.
No. That's not because of Kevin De Bruyne. They're shocking defensively.
Rodri. I'm talking Rodri.
If Man City,
I said
Man City were not
conceding, and they're struggling since Rodri's been out. So what is that? Pep being a bum now? Because
no, I didn't say that.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna say one thing. Martin Odegaard.
It's going to change the way you
play. We're going in circles. Martin Odegaard, yes, he's a tool that is used. But Mikel Arteta could have chosen to still at 1-0 or 2-0 defend deep with Martin Odegaard. He's chosen not to. He's chosen to still play. What do you mean how?
We didn't sit deep against Sporting Lisbon when we were 2-0.
What about today? What about today at 1-0 up against West Ham away from home?
But if my manager is telling the players sit back against these bums, West Ham, after 1-0 up against this West Ham team, I'm looking at this manager and thinking, yo, get this manager out, because if he's telling the players to sit
I've
back,
got a question. What's your argument? I don't get. What are you? What
we're talking about
trying
is
to make?
what the original argument is that Mo was saying that this was because the reason why we won 5-2 was because of Arteta and because of his tactical nous. I said, no, that's not the reason why. Mine Odegaard is the reason why the last 3 games we've scored this amount of goals and we look this fluid. It's not because of the manager. It's because of a certain player.
But the thing is, Arteta's system is reliant on Martin Odegaard or a player like Martin Odegaard.
So you're saying he only has one system. He only has one way of playing then?
I mean, you take the best playmaker from any team and then struggle playmaking. No one's going to replace Martin Odegaard. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But
like, no one's going to replace
He's had 3 seasons to find a plan B in case Martin Odegaard gets injured.
No, but
the players that he's signed.
It's not about a plan B. It's like, regardless of plan B, plan C, if Saka and Odegaard are not playing, they're going to struggle. Because these players of this quality, you cannot replace them no matter what system you have. Does that make sense?
No, but he's had 3. Since he's come, the attacking players that he signed since he's come, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Vieira, and Leonardo Trossard, and Raheem Sterling. These are the 5 attacking players that he signed since he's come in as manager. And where are these players? One of them's on loan in Portugal. Gabriel Jesus doesn't look like he's scoring. You can never give him an open goal. He's not scoring. Yeah. Leonardo Trossard has been probably the only one that's worked out of the rest. Sterling, absolutely horrendous. He's not. I don't know why we signed him. He's absolutely
games. Like, well, what's there to judge? We've not signed him. He's on loan.
No,
and
but
Chelsea are covering majority of the wages.
There's no reason bringing him on loan as well because he's garbage.
You know, just to
what's the point? Like, why not? Like, we needed a player to come in for depth options. But even if you wanted to say that Havertz has improved, Saka's improved under him, Martinelli's improved under him. Yes, this season he's had a bit of a blip, and last season he's been iffy. But the reality of the matter is, Jesus, when we signed him, was a good player for us. It's just the injuries caught up to him. It's not about improving them. Certain situations have led to that. Trossard was his signing as well, and look at what Trossard's doing for us. So the players he's signing overall are working. The only area that he's not fully invested in is the attack, because you've got Bukayo Saka, who he inherited, and Martinelli, who he inherited as well. So he doesn't need to go out there and spend £100 million on a player like that.
I'm saying to you, the players Arteta signed in the final third.
But he's also signed Martin Odegaard, the one that you're crediting. Who signed him?
No, but what I'm trying to say, the players that to replace Odegaard when he's injured in the final third.
Bro, no one's going to replace Odegaard, though. That's the point. I think that's the bro.
Okay,
no one in the world is
can I ask you a question then, though?
It's like right now. One second.
So Rodri's injured. So like right now, is Pep a bad manager because he can't replace Rodri right now?
But if Pep is now struggling to replace Rodri, are you going to say, oh, he didn't have a plan B for Rodri?
No, but the thing is,
actually, yes. Actually, the answer is
Rodri.
The
answer is yes.
Okay, no, but when Rodri was still playing,
you might find a way to win games and get results, but you will not be as good because players of this quality, you can't replace them. Players like this, you build your team around. Rodri, Odegaard, these kind, do you know what I'm trying to say? Regardless of even if City win the league this year,
you're cutting out, by the way. Is that only me or is for everyone?
No, he was cutting out.
Yeah, he was cutting out. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Players like this, you don't replace, regardless of what system you put in place or anything. I mean, it shouldn't be indictment on Arteta. If anything, it should be that Arteta, incredible system that relies on and that enhances.
Muhammad, your internet is completely in and out. I think that I can't understand. Listen, let me do a couple of these super chats before we go on. Danish is saying, evening, gentlemen. Difference, Liverpool don't have to play strong team. I am the Champions League until round of 16. Arsenal will have to play a strong team. That is true, but Arsenal have depth as well. It's not only that Arsenal don't have depth. Arsenal have depth. And winning against Sporting Lisbon put them in a very good place, actually, Arsenal, and they aren't playing tough teams. So, Danish, yes, you are in the round of 16. However, Arsenal also, I think they are in the top 8, and I think it's not that hard for them to rotate. Martinelli didn't play today. I don't know how long is Thomas Partey out. Mikel Merino didn't play today. That is depth. You know what I mean? That is depth.
Why didn't play today either?
Is he available back?
No, he's injured.
He's injured, so the reality. We have made Forest, Sporting, and West Ham look mediocre. Yet people want to talk about Liverpool. Can we talk about how brilliant we have been? F Liverpool. Okay, let's talk about Arsenal today. Now we talk about the players. We'll talk about Liverpool later. Guys, hit that like button. Guys, let's get to 300 likes. Guys, hit that like button. Bukayo Saka today, again, responding again to people. Absolutely phenomenal and magnificent. He's playing amazing again. Martin Odegaard is helping him. Listen, he's silencing a lot of people, to be honest. For many reasons. He's doing everything that people said he can do. Dribbling, crossing, shooting. He's doing everything today. Right? This is what I think. Like, I'm looking at Bukayo Saka. Like, if he can keep this up, I think he's one of the best wingers in the league now. I said it before in the beginning of the season. Arsenal were down, and Bukayo Saka was still putting up numbers and performances. Yes, he have had a couple of bad games, but that does not discredit what he's done for Arsenal. When Arsenal were down, and that is the difference between him and other people.
I mean, people's main argument was he doesn't dribble, he doesn't get past people, and the first penalty we got was him getting past two people. So, you know what I'm saying? So
there is an echo coming from somebody. I don't know who. Yes. Guys, I don't know who's having echo.
I think it's gone, right? Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, anyway, the first penalty we got was him getting past two people. So that argument is dead in the water as well. You know what I'm saying? So people can say what they want, but I feel like Arteta changing this whole play style, and us not playing like last year, but 2 seasons before this. I feel like we're playing exactly like that. If you look at how Timber is playing, how Calafiori is playing, for example, all attacking, Rice is always forward, you know what I'm saying? And also helping with the defense as well, but he's most of the time forward. So you can clearly see that Arteta has released these guys to go all out, because we can say what we want, but 9 points is not something easy, you know what I'm saying? So we need to go all out, and Arteta is doing exactly that. So yeah, it's Saka playing this good is also thanks to Arteta releasing these guys and playing.
Is it only because Martin Odegaard is back?
No. You know me, Mo. I said this before. We bought a lot of defensive players. If we bought any Odegaard replacement, Fabian Ruiz, for example, he would have played this way as well. I'm a firm believer of that. It's just the fact that we don't have enough of these players, because the direct substitution we have for Odegaard is a 17-year-old young talent making his first like ever full season in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? In the first team. So you cannot say, okay, this is the guy that's going to replace Odegaard, because Salah already said how important he is, how good he is as an individual player. You can only go out and buy someone serious to back up this guy. And we didn't do that. And that's why Arteta was playing really pragmatic. And now that he's back, we can clearly see that he's more comfortable to play this attacking football. So yeah, I blame Edu more than I blame Arteta in this case.
What chance do you give Saka to get 20 assists?
Oh, okay, big chance.
I think he's definitely getting 20 assists.
Yeah, I think I said it, I tweeted it like after the first statistic. Bar injury, he's definitely getting. I mean, what we're 12 games in, we've got like almost. He's got, I mean, 20 plus games to go, and he takes the set pieces. He's become this creative guy. I mean, he's not even trying to score. Like, for example, he could have scored the one that he gave to Trossard. Could have easily scored that if he wanted. He could have gone around the keeper, did what he wanted. He's become a creative force now. And I think barring injury, there's no situation where Saka doesn't destroy that record. He's definitely getting 20 assists this year, without a doubt.
That's not a record, actually. Someone got more than this, right?
No, the Premier League, that's the record. It's KDB and
the record is 20 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he's going to break that record. He's already on 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think he's going to break
10
that record.
third of the season.
I would say this though. I'll say this. Remember, Ozil was on like 18 when after that Leicester game, the season that became second, and then he didn't get an assist for the rest of the season.
But to be fair, we do score a lot of goals.
No, but I'm going to tell you one thing why he would get it, guys. Because of the corner kicks.
Yeah,
you can't stop that. You can't stop that. The set pieces, you can't stop that. Every corner now from the right side is a dangerous chance for Arsenal because of Bukayo Saka's delivery. He only, by the way,
today it was proven that it is not about only putting it in the mix. He literally delivered it 3 times to the same exact spot, by the way.
Yeah.
So
when
deliveries is mad.
Yeah, when it comes to corners, I think Saka, when it comes to like finding the player, there's not that many players in the Premier League that are amazing at set pieces. I think Kevin De Bruyne, when it comes to set pieces, if you say to him, put on that spot, he'll find it. And I think there's not that many players, and also Rice on the other side as well, with Mikel Arteta and the coaching staff and the set piece coach actually finding out and knowing that Declan Rice is one of our best set piece takers, even though he's 6'1", 6'2", which is that's another thing that they've gotten right. But yeah, set pieces, Gabriel, I think when it comes to attacking it, no one can stop him. They even had Antonio, one of the strongest players in the Premier League, trying to stop Gabriel from winning these headers, and he still couldn't stop him. I think our movement's elite. You saw it in the second half when Gabriel got off and you had Kiwior trying to attack them set pieces. It's night and day. I think Gabriel, keeping him fit is vital, because in tight games where we have to rely on, like the game against Tottenham Hotspur, when it's a tight game, we need Gabriel fit, because if he gets injured, then
he's injured now. Is he injured now?
No. It was just a precaution, just to keep playing for 45 minutes. I think they don't want to risk him. They need him available for Man United, and that United game is very, very crucial, because that's another game that we have to win. We can't drop points against United, because right now
you're playing at home, right?
At home, yeah.
They have no chance.
You say that, but if they can try to hit us in the transition, try to hit us in the counter attack, play a low block.
Have you seen Gabriel and Saliba lately?
No, but we still get hit on the transition. Okay, it's not like we're keeping clean sheets every week in, week out. Okay, we've conceded I think it's like 13 or 14 Premier League goals this season. So we still have conceded a lot of goals. We don't keep many clean sheets. So I'll be worried if we get hit in the transition. I think he'll play a back five, obviously, and he'll probably have Rashford up top with another pacey merchant like Garnacho staying up there and trying to hit us on the counter attack. And we have to be very wary of the transition, because if Man United go 1-0 up, then it'll be panic stations, and then it's still going to be a very, very tough game against United.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be tough at all. I don't know why. Why are you saying that?
You could say that. You could say that a few weeks ago, but now, new manager bounce. It's going to be a statement game away at Arsenal. Their first big game with the new manager. They're up for it. It's not going to be an easy game. It's still a big club at the end of the day with a new manager, new ideas. I'm not saying his ideas are going to take place straight away, but just the motivation and the desire and the passion that these players have to prove something for their coach. It's not going to be an easy game. I still think Arsenal win. It's not going to be easy by any stretch.
For me, when I say Man United have no chance, I don't mean like zero. Everything can happen in football. Listen, Man United, everyone can win against everyone, right? But the reality is that Man United going away to the Emirates, I don't see Man United picking up even a point. Why we can't see that? It is very simple. Man United are not up to the level of Arsenal now. The players are not up to that. Like the likes of Timber, Calafiori, Jorginho played well today. I don't think he played bad at all. He played well today. He filled in the hole. He played all right. You can say West Ham are bad, but Jorginho did his job. He passed the ball around. He did his job. And I think Arsenal are back to their best. And the reality is it too late? That is the question that we keep asking ourselves. Is it too late?
I tweeted this earlier, and I said Arsenal are going to go on a run that they went on this time last season, the exact same time after the international break. They went to Dubai last year. They didn't do that this year, but they're going to go on this run where they're going to win a lot of games. The only difference is facing Liverpool and not Man City, which is going to be an easier chase because Man City are inevitable. Liverpool are not inevitable. So
I disagree with this, by the way. I completely disagree with this. Like, I don't see the signs of Liverpool dropping point. I don't see the signs of Liverpool dropping yet. Once I see them, I'm going to do it.
They look like they weren't going to drop points last season either.
It's a completely different manager, a different system, a different way of playing. It's not the end of the season. It's early in the season. Not yet. We still only played 12, 13 games. They dropped last season at the end of the season, not now.
No. It was like literally in February they started dropping off.
Yeah, but we're still not even in December. There's 3 months until February. There's a lot of football to be played. There's no break.
So
Now-
wait, let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think if you were to then predict how many losses Liverpool will get now from now to the end of the season, what would you say it'll be?
I don't know the games. Maybe like
Forget the
3,
games.
4.
So you think
Four.
3 to 4? Okay.
Four.
All right, cool. That's fair.
Four losses from now until the end of the season.
So that means it'll be 5 losses overall.
4 losses, 3 draws. How about that?
I mean, that's if they do that, that's bloody impressive.
I mean,
Well,
I
like,
personally
you're gonna
am a-
drop points in 7
Another
games.
thing,
I mean,
another
I
thing
mean,
in
oh,
Arsenal's
yeah, go ahead.
favor, Arsenal have played all of the big 6 and majority of those games are away. Liverpool have played all of these teams and they have to go to all of these teams in the second half of the season. They need to go to all of the teams to their stadium. So Arsenal did all of this. The hard part, Arsenal have already done it. And they've gone through the difficult stretch. Under no circumstances are Liverpool not going to difficult stretch. They're going to go through 3-4 games where they struggle a bit. Arsenal are going to make that gap into 4-5 points. And all of a sudden, you're going away to Man United. You're going away to Aston Villa. You know what I'm trying to say? You're going away from them. All of these trap kind of games. So it's going to be... And again, Man City over 4 years have shown that they're inevitable. You know, in January, February, Man City, you're not catching them. Liverpool, they don't have that kind of inevitability, that kind of invincibility, if you want to call it that. And I think
Actually,
Arsenal
I would argue against that. Liverpool, this particular team, have 3 seasons of really going on magnificent runs. 3 seasons. The one that they won the title,
Not
and
the
the
same
2 seasons
thing.
they got 97 and 9.
They won the title by like 20 plus point blow. Like there was no title race for the time they won it. Every time they've been in a title race, they've come second. Every time it's been a race, they've come second. The year they won it, the COVID year, they were
Okay, but but you're saying, okay, so hold on. Okay, you're basing it to Arsenal going runs. Who have more evidence of going on runs, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Arsenal
Recently.
recently. More recent Arsenal.
Let me give you something. Last year in the second half of the season, Arsenal dropped 4 points, 1 away at the Etihad and 3 points to Aston Villa. Out of the entire second half of the season, Arsenal dropped 4 points, which has never been done before, and they still couldn't win the league because it was Man City on the other side. Do you know what I'm saying? So more recently, the year before that, Arsenal, the first part of the season, had 51 points in the first half of the season. Again, a half the season, which has
See, I'm not-
only been repeated.
I actually
Arsenal
completed
have
this.
recently.
Okay, but yet Arsenal have done it recently, and Liverpool have done it 3 times over the past 5-6 seasons.
I'll
Lost
say
every
this.
single
Wait, I'll say this though, and
Muhammad,
say it's
your sound is still cutting out big time sometimes.
it's not the same. It's not the same Liverpool team, right? So that's why I hate using false. I call this false equivalency. Like
Okay.
the team in 2019, like that midfield is totally different. So we can't judge that team. So we can't judge this Liverpool team based on what they did in the past because the players are quite frankly different. Yes, there's like 4 players who are still part of that core team, but actually we need to see if this Liverpool team can replicate what their team did in the past. Now, so far they've shown that they can actually go on a run. Like right now they are on a run.
Yes.
So we cannot say they can't go on a run. And that's why I asked, how many games do we expect them to lose? Because if we expect them not to lose that many games,
We
then-
can't expect them to lose anything because they actually have lost only the 4th game. It's the only
Exactly.
game they've lost. Like that's when I say there are no signs. Okay, there are no signs of Arsenal, of Liverpool dropping points because I don't see the evidence yet. Because they played without Jota, they played without Alisson, they played without Trent, and they still won the games.
I mean, we have seen some sample sizes of them struggling against teams like Southampton, for example, and they needed 2 mistakes from the Southampton goalkeeper to win the game, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So yes, but I feel like Liverpool cannot go unscratched in any way.
Of course they won't. Of course they
Anyway,
won't.
so
TK,
and
but-
I feel like they're not even gonna slip up against the big 6 sides. I think they are gonna slip up eventually against 1 or 2 of the smaller sides. And I'm talking
Sorry.
about like the lower half teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've seen it before, and eventually the bubble will burst. That's how I see this situation. You know what I'm saying?
So,
So-
why
so-
are you
so-
not
sorry.
giving Arsenal? Why are you not giving Arsenal? Why are you not giving Arsenal the same treatment?
I have.
Why
Because-
Liverpool bubble will burst, but Arsenal's bubble won't? Why?
Well,
Someone
because our,
tell me
our
why.
bubble because
'Cause
our
we're
bubble has
fans.
already been bursted this season. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Because a lot of our fan base, more than half of our fan base, does not believe that we can win this league this season because of the rough start we had, and
Yeah.
because of the fact that our squad looks thin when we lose one player, for example, Odegaard. You know what I'm saying? And the same could happen with Saliba. Same could happen with Saka. So a lot of people already have lost hope in this league this season because they feel like we can only salvage this when we go out in January and buy maybe 2-3 players. You know what I'm saying? So our bubble has already been bursted this season. That's how I see the situation. And Liverpool are still in an amazing form, and all credit to Arne Slot, because people need to give Arne Slot more credit, in my opinion, because I feel like he did an amazing job with this team.
Yes.
Because he looked at their weaknesses and he fixed those weaknesses, and now they're they have the best defense in the league for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So yes, they are in amazing form, but we've seen sample sizes of that there could be a chink in the armor eventually if they keep. The longer this season goes on, eventually it will happen. That's how I
Bro,
would.
Mo,
Yeah,
we
and-
Liverpool fans
and-
every year. It was the same thing last year. I'm sorry, am I cutting out? Am I cutting
Yeah,
out?
Yes, yes, you are. That's the problem. It's
I was gonna say.
What?
I was gonna say. Also, listen. The reality is this, right? First of all, we're
change the
fans.
browser.
We're fans, so we have to believe this thing, right? Because
Yes.
obviously we want Arsenal to win the league, and for Arsenal to win the league,
100%.
Liverpool drop points. So I don't know why people get so annoyed when Arsenal fans or any fans suggest the team will lose points. Like
They
do you
will
want me
lose
to-
points. Nobody's
Exactly.
arguing against that.
Do you want me to say that Liverpool will go unbeaten? If that makes you feel happy, like I see people in the chat who get annoyed about it. You want to feel happy about me saying Liverpool go unbeaten, then here you go. Liverpool go unbeaten.
Oh, forget that. I don't care
No,
about
no,
their
I
happiness.
know. No.
Forget
I'm
their
just
happiness.
I'm just
Let
saying when
them
people
cry in their own little, pit. I don't care.
I'm just saying when people talk about dropping points, right? And again, I don't want to do false equivalency and say because they did in the past, they do it again. Like for example, tomorrow we don't know what we're going to see from this Liverpool team. They might win the game, they might lose the game, they might draw the game. All Arsenal can do is concentrate on their games. If they
Yes.
keep winning and keep winning, they just have to hope that Liverpool drop points. That's how every single season, every single race goes. You can't predict. It's hard to predict this because, for example, we would have never predicted that we'd gone to Bournemouth and lost. We did, right? And we don't know what's around the corner for Liverpool. If they have injuries or they don't have injuries, who cares? Just win your games. But my hope is this, as a fan, at least, is that Liverpool will drop points and we will win the league. Maybe that's illogical. I
But
don't care.
the-
I'm a fan.
Go
The,
ahead,
the
Daud.
thing that a lot of Arsenal fans are disappointed is that we're going to another season where we're hoping another team drops points instead of looking at our team and expecting us to, because this season was different to many other seasons. This season, if you told me beginning of the season that Arsenal will not be top of the table and it wouldn't be Man City, a lot of us would have been like, what's happening? None of us saw Liverpool winning the title. None of us saw Liverpool challenging for the title. None of us saw Chelsea challenging for the title. And if you told me beginning of the season, we're going to December and City are not top and Arsenal are not top, we'll all be disappointed. So for me, this season is completely different to previous seasons. This season, I expected us to win the title.
And that's
And
what I
us
mean
being
with yeah. Go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead, Dayo. Go ahead, Daud. Go ahead.
Us being 9 points behind Liverpool at this stage, that's why I'm very disappointed. That's why
You're
I'm looking at this
6
team.
points behind as of now.
6 as of now, but look,
With
we're
one
all
game in
Liverpool win
hand.
tomorrow. That's why I'm saying 9 points, because I know Liverpool will win tomorrow. And anyone that says Liverpool are not going to win tomorrow, then like that's just crazy. But 9 points behind them into December, and if you're satisfied with that, then you haven't got high expectations for this team and this manager. That's why I'm very disappointed. Until we're top
No,
of
but
the
you
table,
can be
until
happy
we're
that you actually may chase that 9 points and it's not a big deal. Doesn't mean
Why,
it
why
has
are we
to
in
be
a
a bad thing
situation
that
where
we're
we're
happy.
chasing? Why are we in a situation where we're chasing
We were chasing
a
last
team
season as well.
9 points behind them?
But
We
that's
chased
my
them
whole
last
point.
season.
That's my whole point about our bubble has already been bursted because we were expected to be up there defending what we had, what we are supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? And now we don't have that. We're still chasing. We're chasing a team that we didn't expect to chase. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant with our bubble has already been bursted. At this moment in time, we have nothing to control. We have nothing to lose. We need to go all out, and that's why. That's my whole point about at this moment in time we have nothing in our hands. We need to chase. and that's why we need
But
to go all out.
the question is,
And
is,
it wasn't supposed to be
are-
that way. It wasn't supposed to be that way.
Yeah, but the question is, why are we chasing? What has gone wrong? Why are we 9 points behind Liverpool?
Can I
Why?
flip the question to you? What has gone right now? Why
What has gone right?
Okay, we have been with all due respect to everyone. I have been doing shows this season with you, with TKA, with Sulz, with Olu, with Martin. We have discussed a lot what have gone wrong, Daud. Weeks and weeks and weeks. In the last week or two, Arsenal have been so good. What has gone right, Daud? What has gone right? And Dayo's here as well. Daud, what has gone right?
Mine only being back. Plain and simple.
You think that is the only reason why you've been back?
I've watched this team vigorously. I've watched all the games. 90 minutes. I've seen my team. And this is the first time this season we play like this, away from home. First time. We've opened teams up. We've played that fluid football. First time this season in the Premier League we play like this. And it's not a coincidence. If Odegaard wasn't here today and we played
it's
this
actually
exactly
not.
The
I actually played like Forest like this. You played very good like
No,
Forest.
away from
Against
home,
Wolves in the beginning of the season, you played like this. So that is not true.
No, we didn't play that fluid.
Leicester and Southampton, we absolutely steamrolled those two teams, if I remember clearly. And even Wolves, the first game, I know Odegaard was there. I think this whole thing of Odegaard is we're blowing it out of proportion as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's come back, and yes, coincidence doesn't mean correlation. God, I'm using too many words now. But like, he came back, and yes, there is an uptick in performance, right? And I think partially it's down to the fact that he is part of a system that Arteta has built. And obviously, you take away that major cog, it makes it a little bit less effective, right? But listen, take Salah out of Liverpool, they're not the same team. That's the reality. I don't know.
The thing is, you
wait,
mentioned one player.
one second. Take Thierry Henry out of that old Arsenal team. It's not the same team. Like, teams are built around superstars. Like, and when you have a superstar player, it does affect the team. And I'm pretty sure that if you took Saka out of this team, it will look unbalanced as well. Because I think that they just sometimes when players play together for a while, they just gel so well. And once they gel so well, of course, when you remove them, you start to see cracks in that. And there's no way, like, there was no replacement for Thierry Henry. We bought we had Bergkamp, was never a replacement for Henry. And Henry was never injured, and he was hardly injured, and that was a great thing.
By the way, Dayo, your sound, there is a lot of background noise. 17 wins already. It's best balanced team I've ever seen in defense. That's a Liverpool. And ripping through teams. Salah is hating. It did hurt. It did hurt when we ripped Real Madrid. Did it hurt when we ripped Real Madrid?
But that Real Madrid team wasn't that good, though. Let's not do this.
They had a lot of injuries, first of all. And second of all, like, seeing Mbappe get crashed on like that, it's kind of satisfying too. So it wasn't. I'm trying to say, but what I will say is we say this to Liverpool fans every single year. It's not sustainable. We remind you, getting these late winners and winning by mistakes. It's not sustainable. You don't want to hear it. You ignore all of us. You say no, Liverpool way, the cop, passion, etc., etc. And I agree wholeheartedly with the brother down below. Said, sorry, I don't know your name, bro. He was saying Arsenal's bubble has.
No. TKA.
Yeah, I'm not Olu. When he said Arsenal's bubble has already burst, like, Arsenal had their bad patch. Everyone goes through a patch. Man City is going through their bad patch now. Liverpool's bad patch is on the way. How they've been winning is they've had a couple of incredible performances. They've had a couple of incredibly good performances, but they've also had a lot of unsustainable wins. And it's not gonna stay the same. Like, they're gonna lose some games. They're gonna go through a bad patch, and all of a sudden that gap isn't so nice as it is now. So that's what I will say.
Next game's the same.
Funny?
Let me just do this. Last year, the stats showed that Liverpool were overperforming. We conceded first 17 times. We were top in April with 20 more XG conceded than Arsenal. This year is different. That's actually true, actually. Liverpool are leading the league in a lot of underlying stats. Last season, it was completely different, by the way. They were overperforming. But they were absolutely completely missing a lot of chances, which is they aren't this season.
Listen, as long as they got Andy Robertson on as left back, there's always a chance against them, because that guy is getting cooked every week.
I've heard that for 20 years from Arsenal fans. Keep praying. Oh my God, that for 20 years. We'll see. Maybe this is the year that Arsenal win that league. Maybe. For all the teams last season is different to this. Mo, the team is completely different than this one, the Liverpool team. And if we beat Newcastle, he didn't have Isak. If Liverpool beat Newcastle and Everton, if Liverpool win tomorrow, you have a Newcastle away and Everton, if I'm not mistaken, right? These two games will define this season. Same as Chelsea against Aston Villa tomorrow. This game against West Ham, Arsenal were expected to win, and they performed very well. There is no reason for me to say that Arsenal will drop points from here until January. The only game I'm looking at is Fulham away. Can you do this performance the same as Fulham away? That is the only game, by the way, that I'm looking at. And Man United game, I'm not worried at all about Man United. Like, if you're looking at Arsenal...
Mo, you're saying you're not worried. But the thing is, we know how Arsenal are. We know how
Why are you worried? Why are you worried? Why?
Because I haven't seen anything this season where we've gone on a 5-6 game win.
But you just had 3 good games. What?
Yeah, 3 good games right now, but Arsenal fans, we need to be patient. We can't get overly excited, okay? Because this what Mo does, okay?
Mo, what is Mo has to do?
He'll hype us up to a level where he says, you're going to win. It's going to be an easy win. You're going to beat Man United. You're going to beat them 2 or 3-0.
Mo, you're saying that I hype? Bro, I literally said that Arsenal are not in the title race until they are in the title race again.
No, I'm talking about the next game coming up. Okay, the next game coming against Man United, it's not going to be a 3 or 4-0 win. That's what happens when people say no one expected Tottenham Hotspur.
So Man United that lost to Spurs at home 3-0. Okay, this Man United is different, right?
No, what I'm saying is that if it was Erik ten Hag right now, and we know how Man United play against, we know how Man United play with Erik ten Hag, I'd understand. Okay, we know how they play. We can go out there and get a win easily. Okay, the new manager, we still don't know how he's going to play. We still don't know if he's going to play a back 5 or back 4. You know, I'm being cautious.
But I know how Arsenal will play at home. That's what I know. You know, like me.
Yeah, how we're going to play. But what I'm saying is
I'm sorry. No, if we are good enough, it doesn't matter how Man United should play. If we play our game,
thank you.
I would think that Arsenal, especially with the fact that Man United has struggled this season, they've been struggling for the past 2 years to have an identity, that the best of Arsenal is better than the best of Man United right now. Like, and as long as we perform at our level, we should beat that team. That is my point of view.
We should beat them. We should beat them, but it's not going to be a 3 or 4-0 win. It's not going to be a 3 or 4-0 win. No chance.
Okay, that's fair. You might not believe that. I would say Arsenal, we scored 3 goals, maybe how many seasons in a row now against them, right? So the possibility of us scoring 3 goals is not like impossible, seeing as we've done it multiple times, right? But I think this idea that we think that Man United, like, well, listen, I understand there's always going to be a fear. When we play Man United, there's always going to be a sort of fear that we're playing them. But I'm sorry, this Man United team, if we cannot beat this Man United team, we don't deserve to be in the title race. Because this Man United team is not good. If this was 5-6 years ago, I would agree with you. But this United team is not a good team. Doesn't matter if they bring in a new
Sulz,
manager.
how confident are you beating Man United with 2+ goal margin? Seriously.
I mean, look, you know, we don't know what Ruben Amorim's got planned, but in my opinion, as I've seen them, yes, we'll beat them. I think we'll spank them. I think this is the one time where we actually comfortably beat them, but time will tell. I mean, obviously, we've got our team back. We've got Martin Odegaard. We've got a few players coming back. And thankfully, Thomas Partey and the others are just a knocks at the moment. And the only person that we know for a fact that's going to be missing is probably Benjamin White, and that's it. So, yeah, man, I think we'll take the game to them. It's at home. They need to travel to us. And we just need to make sure that on the night, we make the atmosphere, you know, a brilliant atmosphere for them to be terrified. Because at the moment, they're a team that can be gotten. I don't even think a manager bounce helps them. And we've seen it now. Even in the few games that they played, yes, you can see the philosophy coming through. But it's still not quite there. They're still, you know, a bit problem. They've got too many errors in their game at the moment, and they're still trying to figure out where to play those players, like where to play Bruno, where to fit these sort of players in. He still doesn't know who his wing backs are going to be. He doesn't know who his 2 wide 10s are going to be.
He doesn't know the back line, you know, he doesn't know the back line at all.
He doesn't know what to play yet. He doesn't know where and what. He's playing Anthony as a wing back. He's doing a lot of tinkering and which I think is going to fall into our favour.
Sorry, I'll say interrupting as well. It just hit me like, They drew 1-0 with Ipswich in a game where they got dominated through that game. They conceded 2 goals to Bodo Glimt, like a team who I guarantee no one here knows a single player in their team. And you're telling me that I should not be confident about us playing against this United team. Like,
What happened to you, Daud, to be honest? Like,
I mean, if this United team was, if it was just a solid team, let's say it was coming and it was like they were not conceding goals, conceding chances, I would totally understand. This is a United team that is conceding chances against teams they should be conceding against. I'm sorry, especially at home. Away from home, I can understand it, but you always protect home court. That should be the rule, and there should always be a confidence that you are going to win that game, and that also needs to come from the fans and radiate to the players as well, especially the fans in the stadium. So, like this talk of, oh, I don't know, that shouldn't even be in our minds. If we want to win the league, we should not have an inferiority complex, and that should be as the players, and that should be the fans. Simple as.
I'm looking at the game after more, the Fulham away game. Reality. But I want to go away from this, to be honest. No matter what Liverpool do, they will always nitpick shit out. Yeah, rivals fan. But I hear what Olo's saying, Omar. He has to be hopeful. Otherwise, what is the point of watching the games? To be honest, I want to go to some of the players that are now performing well. Apart from Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice today. A lot of criticism this season for Declan Rice. Lots criticism this season. Last part. And he has been consistent over the past 2-3 games now. He has been doing well. Especially today with Jorginho. There is no Thomas Partey. People said, oh, he only plays. Is it because of Odegaard or Declan Rice has found his feet again on that left side?
Declan Rice will always give you a 7 out of 10 minimum every game. There isn't a game where he has a stinker or he costs us the game. He will always give you a good game, Declan Rice. And I think that's the reason why he's always a regular play in our starting lineup, because Arteta trusts him knowing that he's going to have a good game, he's not going to have a stinker. And I think with playing alongside Jorginho's played 5 games for us. He started 5 games this season. He's won all 5 games. So I think with Jorginho, we've got a winning run with him. He's doing well in that number 6 position. And I think Arteta still doesn't trust Declan Rice in that number 6 position, or he doesn't have an 8 yet that he can trust that can play alongside mine Odegaard outside of Declan Rice. Because if he plays Declan Rice at number 6, who's out there that can play alongside mine Odegaard? You could say Mikel Merino, but he's been injured this season quite a few times, and he hasn't had a regular amount of games he's played. He hasn't started. I don't think he started back-to-back games yet for us this season, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Declan Rice for me, he always gives me a solid 7 out of 10, and I think consistency is very key in a lot of players. If a player can give you a solid 7 out of 10 every game, he's a very crucial player to your lineup, because you can have a player that can give you a 10 out of 10 one game, another game you can have a stinker. That's not a reliable player. And I think right now in certain positions, we need a reliable player. And that's why he's like our Jordan Henderson. Okay, he's our Jordan Henderson of Arsenal, because he's reliable. You know what you're going to get from him. And we can't expect him to be a Frankie de Jong. We can't expect him to be we can expect him to be what he is, a great box-to-box midfielder, defensively solid. He gives you a solid game every game. He gives 100% every game. And I think that's the minimum we expect from him. And he's always achieved that. So for me, I'm satisfied with what he's doing this season.
To be honest with you, I'm looking at Declan Rice and I'm like, he should be the 6. To be honest, he should be the 6. He shouldn't be the 8.
I think that the reason why
yeah, how do you disagree?
Oh, go on then. You go, Simon.
I don't obviously sure what you think is what you think, but I'm saying I disagree with Declan Rice being the 6. And even when he first came, I thought I don't see him as the 6 because of his characteristics. I think his best characteristic is kind of having a free ball, winning the ball.
Your Wi-Fi is really like, I don't know. It's not your Wi-Fi. I'm sure.
Your Wi-Fi disagrees with you. That's all it is.
You sound like
it's not his Wi-Fi. Actually, it is. It's not his Wi-Fi.
You
Make
sound
your
like
connection 720 or something. I don't know what it is.
You sound like a Decepticon right now. No, I was going to say that basically that.
Sulz, I know you have to go. So go ahead.
I think here's the thing. I think what happened with Rice is this: Rice was a player, and then this online sort of discourse started where they tried to make him something that he's not. Like, he's not Pirlo, he's not Rui Costa, he's not one of these players where you have a wonderful pass and so on and so forth. He's a very industrious sort of covers space. Like, you know, if you want a player who can get around, intelligent in terms of how he moves and keeps the game simple, that's what Declan Rice was, and that's what he started as when he started Arsenal, right? And also he added obviously the crossing, which gave him assists. He scored a few goals, and I think what people were starting to do was to sort of beat him down. He started trying to attribute things that he was never that player, right? And then you hear the thing of, oh, he's a sideways passer. What does he do on the pitch? Well, the reason why most managers who was played for always play him is because he's intelligent and he will cover space and give the license for like an Odegaard to get around the pitch, because they trust the fact that if the ball gets behind him, he's most likely going to be there to try to cover it up. And that's the intelligence of someone like him, the legs that he's got. And I've said that if you look at someone like a Roy Keane, and I'm not saying he's Roy Keane before people in here start to lose their minds. We look at someone like a Roy Keane. Roy Keane's passing was never great. Roy Keane wasn't actually like a Makelele in terms of his defensive capabilities. What he was very good at was driving with the ball and moving and being very intelligent. And he has some of those attributes as well. And so I think that what's happened in the past since the Euros is that people have tried to diminish who Rice is. And the reality is that he's actually a really good player. It's just that people want him to be something that he's not. And if you accept that he's not that person that you think he is, you start to see that actually what he does on the pitch is super important for what Arteta probably wants to get out of the team.
I personally don't like Rice at the 8th because I feel like we need a more creative player at the 8th to complement Odegaard. But I also can see what Arteta is trying to do with Rice at the 8th, because if you look at how our team presses, you know that Odegaard is our highest presser all the time, every time, even past Havertz and Saka and them, man. He's actually the perfect player to cover up for Odegaard, so to intercept passes. If you look at how we played against Sporting Lisbon, for example, when before we scored that first goal, we were suffocating them. We were suffocating them to the point that Odegaard was pressing up high and Rice was intercepting every pass that came through the middle, covering up Odegaard's high pressing. So yes, we know that Rice is not the best when it comes to his creativity, when it comes to his passes and shots, etc. But we can also see that his cover up for Odegaard and the cleanup that he does in the middle of the park when Partey sprays those passes or Jorginho sprays those passes and Odegaard presses up high, you know that Rice will clean up anywhere and everywhere. So that's what I like personally about Rice at the 8th, even though I would personally like a more of a Santi Cazorla type player at the number 8, but that's just me.
Wow, you want Martin Odegaard and Santi Cazorla on both sides. Wallahi, this is gonna be
I
I like
that-
creative
that would
number
be the
8.
dream.
I like creative number
Yeah.
8. You know what I'm saying?
That would
Yeah.
be the dream. That would be the dream. If you
I
had a
think
centre
Declan Rice has to play the 6, to be honest. Salah, do you want to say something before we end the show? Salah,
Bro,
Let-
if it
give-
disconnects now, I'm done.
yeah.
If our bot
Autobots. Sorry.
not working,
I mess with you.
is it? Am I clear now? Can you hear me? Am I okay?
You're not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, I'm
It's
done.
not.
I'm done. Okay.
Anyway, listen, people. Listen, people. I want to thank everyone that joined us. This is going to take you to MHF, where myself and Husam will actually talk about the games tomorrow as well. The Liverpool versus Man City, and why Liverpool fans should be scared of Arsenal at the current moment. As Gunnar Sulz says, as Olo said, as everyone said, they should be scared. I'm going to ask Husam this, of course, of Arsenal, but I want to thank everyone that is here. Dayo couldn't join us.
Sorry, before we go,
Yes.
seeing as we said Santi Cazorla's name, I think it's only right that Arsenal fans just sing his name just one more time. So come on,
Can I end the show so we can go to the other thing?
Santi Cazorla.
Santiago Cazorla. Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Dayo is here.
Oh, Dayo was
Santi Cazorla.
Anyway, listen, people. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to take you to MHF. Stay here. Hit the like button, guys. Before you go, thank you all. And I will see you guys on MHF. Peace.
Peace.